thank you for watching my channel today. My name's Sarah and my channel is called Your True Chef. Today I'm filming a TBR video for the month of October. I haven't done a TBR for so long myself because I've gone between either having like a readathon or my daughter picking my TBR for me, and I just thought I just want to pick some books myself this month. So that's what I've done. I've got so many books that I'm really excited about, and so it was really hard to choose. I've got a mix of library books and my own books, so I'm just going to start and tell you what they are. So the first one is a reread for me, and I know I've got loads of books that I haven't read, but I listened to this one on Audible, and I just really like to reread the actual books. This is a library book, and it's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is a woman who I admire very much, and I've very much learned a lot from her and her teachings, especially the work that she's done with Oprah. I love her poem, especially her poetry, so especially Phenomenal Women. I love that poem. And so this is the first part in a several part series of her memoirs, and this is from when she's a child and growing up in Stamps, I think, which is in Arkansas, but it's in the south. I think it's Arkansas, sorry. Yeah, so like I say, I listened to the audio, but that was a few years ago, and I'd really like to reread this. So I can't renew this again from the library, so that's why I've put it on for this month. The two other library books I've got, the ones that I got most recently, because they've got the closest renewal dates. So I've got Lanny by Max Porter, which is beautiful. As I said before, I heard about this one mainly from Loveland Wade, her channel, and not entirely sure what it's about because it sounds very obscure, but it's about a village not far from London who contains people who lived there a long time ago and still live there, and people who have just moved there, but it sounds like kind of a mystical place. I will tell you what it's about more when I'm actually reading it, but yeah, I've heard really good things, and it's got an unusual writing style with unusual sort of layout on the pages and things, and it looks like it would be kind of quite a quick read as well because it's a small book. That's that one. And the final one, which I also mentioned very recently in my last haul, is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. So this is another absolute beauty. This is set in an unknown period of time about a man or boy, I'm not sure, who stumbles across a library book which contains his life story within its pages, and he is drawn into a sort of or he's invited to a ball, a masquerade party, and a secret club and a labyrinth, and he has to race through all these places trying to find the end of his story. So it's sort of a magical realism book, which sounds really good. So that's those three, and then I'll go on to the ones that I own myself. First one is so I keep readjusting my t-shirt. The first one is a buddy read that I'm going to be doing with Heather of Soggy Expat Book Nerd. We read last year, at the end of last year, we read the first of the Northern Lights books together, and we are now going to read the second one, so the Amber Spyglass by Philip Pulman. I had to get the matching set. I bought the first one of these, which has this lovely 20th anniversary edition, and then I couldn't find the second and third, but I managed to track them down on eBay, so I've got them now. So this obviously follows Lyra, who's the main protagonist. I loved the first book, The Northern Lights, and I really enjoyed the TV adaptation that was on the BBC. And yeah, so this is the second book. I don't know what happens. I haven't read the blurb. I don't really want to. I just want to have it as a complete surprise, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure it'll be really fun to do it with Heather. It's really nice to have a bit of kind of escapism and magical realism and that kind of stuff at these sorts of times. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. I picked two books which are seasonal. So one of which I've been waiting to read for ages. So I got this as a present from my lovely friend, and I'm so excited to read it, but it starts in October, and so the reason I'm waiting till October is because I wanted to read along with the different months. And this is The Wild Remedy by Emma Mitchell, and this is so beautiful. Like, look at, I love how gorgeous this cover is. And Emma Mitchell is an artist, and she suffers from depression, and she has found a sort of help with her depression symptoms in nature. And she basically spends time drawing and photographing all the seasonal wildlife and flowers and things like that as we go through each month. So she has, so there's just pages like that in there, and we've got, let's find some drawings. So there's little watercolour drawings and things in there as well, and it's over the course of a year, so it's going to take me as long as I can resist, it's going to take me a year to read this month by month, but this will be sort of something that I really look forward to. And the other thing is, because I'm learning at the moment, I am teaching myself watercolours through Skillshare, and so I'm learning how to do watercolours, and one of the main reasons I want to do it is to know that I can do nature drawings and paintings. And so I'm learning sort of ink drawing and watercolour and brush lettering, so that I can create things like this to put around the house. And I'd love one day to have an Etsy shop with some stuff like that in, so watch this space. But this is going to be an inspiration for me for that sort of thing as well. And the other seasonal book that I chose is Autumn by Ali Smith. So I only got this very recently. I found it secondhand. It's part of her seasonal quartet of books. Summer's only just been released. This is the first one. And I know it's about two people. One is quite old and one is quite young. And I know it's set around the time of Brexit, and it's sort of quite contemporary in that it follows what was happening at the time when Ali Smith wrote the books. So obviously now that we're just getting into autumn, then this is the perfect time to read this one. The next one that I chose was one that I've had on my shelves for a while, and I know that I bought this after Jean talked about how much she loved this book, and I just went and bought it on a whim. It sounds kind of bonkers on the back cover, but I've heard it's really good. So, and this is a YA book. This is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. So John Green's obviously a really famous YA author, and I've read The Fault in Our Stars by him. And so this, I'll read the blurb because it sounds really bonkers. But so it says 16-year-old Asa is trying to be a good daughter, a good friend and a good student. She's also trying to track down a fugitive billionaire, Russell Pickett, who has vanished without a trace. Alongside her best and most fearless friend Daisy, Asa sets off in pursuit of the truth and a $100,000 reward. The trail leads them to Pickett's son, Davis, a sometime friend of Asa's, who might have the clues they need, but as her compulsive thoughts spirals take an ever tighter grip on her mind, Asa finds herself struggling to keep her investigations and her life from falling apart. So I think this talks a lot about anxiety, and Jean said that was really realistic description. So yeah, so I've had this for some years now, and I really want to get to that one. The next one is a non-fiction book which I bought recently, and I'm really looking forward to reading, and this is I Am Not Your Baby Mother by Candice Braithwaite. So this is subtitled What It's Like to Be a Black British Mother. So this book, well, I just said what it's about. Candice, I believe, realised that when she was pregnant with her first child, most of the advertising, marketing and all that kind of stuff that you get deluged with when you're pregnant for the first time is mostly aimed and featuring white women. And so she then started to sort of research the area more, and she talks about the sort of health inequalities as well as the cultural sort of overrepresentation of white mothers as well. And this is her writing about it, which I think is going to be really, really interesting, and as a healthcare professional, really important as well. And I love the colour scheme on this. I think it's really gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it says that she's founded an online initiative called Make Motherhood Diverse. It's cool. I'll have to check that out. And she now has 2 children. So that is that one. And then the final one, I'm being very ambitious with this TBR, is a tiny little Penguin Modern Classics, which I was sent by Charlie of Charlie Brick, who is super lovely and sends me books. And this is a book which I can use for my Reading Women's Challenge. I've still got a few squares left to tick off, for a book less than 100 pages. And this is Virginia Woolf's The Lady in the Looking Glass. I think it might actually have... yeah, so it's actually 5 short stories in here. It's only 75 pages long. I've only read Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, and I really, really liked it. It was a 5-star read for me. And so these are very exciting to read her short stories, and they're just so sweet as well. So yeah, that's my TBR for the month of October. I cannot believe we're coming into October. So let me know what you are planning to read for October, if you've read any of these books, or if you've got any of them on your wish list or your TBR, and let me know what your favourite book of September has been. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye!